reading science fiction magazines from the 1930s up to the present day, and probably up to about 1986. I mean, I know I'm up to 1986. Fucking July, all right? And, you know, over the course of those decades, you get a condensed view of what happens with scientific advancement, and how writers of the various eras are thinking about things. And so, of course, their concerns, you know, like the content of dreams, I suppose, mirror what's going on in the broader world. We see, for example, you know, 1957 is Sputnik, right? That's considerably changes things, you know. Almost instantly, you have Arthur C. Clarke and the geosynchronous orbit concept, which revolutionizes communication, all right? It's just a conceptual breakthrough, but it instantly becomes apparent, oh yeah, with 3 satellites in geosynchronous orbit, you get radio over the horizon, basically, right? Without having to run cables across the Atlantic Ocean. These are significant changes, right? World War II, you know, a lot of evil empires and how they rise to power, and scenarios that are dark along those lines. You know, Vietnam, you get what happens when technology and drugs and warfare all get mixed up together in the national psyche. It's fascinating. And by the 80s, trying to encapsulate it, you begin to get punk. You begin to get cyberpunk. This is truly the beginnings. I mean, because people were talking about essentially the internet and cell phones and stuff in the 30s. There's already a thing, they call it an extension of the telephone system, but it was, you know, you could listen into your neighbors' conversations and everything. You could all communicate up and down the block with each other. And it's basically the internet, you know, the concept of the internet, except they don't think about what you would do with that, right? You know, it's kind of quaint how they would utilize it in the 30s, but they're already thinking about it. And, you know, by the time of the 80s, they're starting to think about nanotechnology and what happens as quantum effects are applied. But more than that, there's like now this conceptualization of where technology is going. You know, and in the cyberpunk universe is William Gibson, but I'm thinking later Neil Stephenson. Skate, right? Like skateboard culture. There's badass, smart boards. And people literally have these crush suits that they're loose until a certain impact or flipping upside down triggers this armor-like quality. And, you know, there's speculation about where technology is going and how it's going to be utilized becomes pretty profound. So we'll see where it goes. I'm recording this in 2024, and so I don't know how many of these magazines I'm going to be able to read, although I am going through more than one year a year. So I am getting faster than light travel in a way through history. I guess I'm going to turn this around for 1 second if I can, or at least show you. I think that this is not one of my hubcaps there.